Shawn Gray. We are at our Herps Exotic Reptile and Pet Shop.
Grand opening.
Bryan, Texas, yep.
Is most of the business animals or supplies?
It started off as feeders right away. And then we've seen a transition into more people buying animals. But a lot of that's coming in, the people that have come in and looked around 2 or 3 days, and they come back and they get all the information. They're doing their research. We're suggesting them go do more research before they make that leap. And then they're coming back and buying animals. So it's a good mix right now. I mean, feeders is what keeps the lights on, honestly. You can't get anything around us like what we have in like an hour and a half, 2 hour radius.
I was going to just ask, what's the nearest?
Pets Aplenty and Hockley's probably the closest. Those guys have an amazing shop. But that's probably our closest true exotic reptile pet shop. And that's an hour and a half, almost 2 hours away, maybe.
What else is around here? Petco's, PetSmart?
Yeah, there's the big box store, and most of those guys don't really have the variety. Well, nobody, honestly, I don't think anybody has the variety that we have because where we're sourcing our animals from. That makes a difference. But feeder-wise, you can't go into Petco and buy a live feeder mouse. You just can't do it. They won't do it, So, and if you do, you're buying a pet fancy mouse and you're spending an outrageous amount of money. And so we're really competitive on our prices. We're not trying to price gouge either. I mean, we know we could probably raise our prices, but why? We're comfortable with where we're at.
So my name is James. I'm the store manager here at the Herp Shop in Bryan, College Station.
And how'd you get this gig?
Well, I've known Shawn for many, many years, and I was a leopard gecko breeder just like him. And we kind of met. I did his very first show, and my uncle kind of introduced me to him because my uncle was running the shows up in Oklahoma, the OKC Elite Reptile shows. And so when I was first starting to breed leopard geckos, I still needed to know more, and he introduced me to Shawn and stuff, and me and Shawn have grown ever since then. And then Shawn knows my background when it comes to retail, because I've been doing it for over 15 years as a manager, a store manager.
And where did the idea of this come about? Not the actual planning and getting a building and all that, but how long have you wanted to do something like this?
Probably when I was 10 to 12 years old. Honestly, we had a little pet shop in my hometown, little mom and pop place, and me and my buddy Chris used to go catch little snakes and we'd sell them to him for $1 a piece. We used to go in there and sit, and I remember going in there one day and he had a breeder book. I mean, he used to get email, mailing lists, not email lists. This was back, I'm old. So there was a list that had some stuff from Crutchfield way back. It was all printed out, all dot matrix crap, printed out. And but he had a breeder book, and there was one color photo in that book, and it had a rainbow boa. And I was like, I'm going to own one of those. That's the most, and it was like $1,500 for just a baby normal rainbow boa at that time, But, so that's where.
Probably, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So at that point I've been catching stuff in South Texas and I was breeding green anoles and stupid stuff. But then, life got in the way, and, going to school and working and all that good stuff. But when we lived in Dallas, before we started Herps, I wanted to do another pet shop. This was before DFW Reptarium opened up, actually. And we started looking for spots, but at that point, the capital investment would have been so huge, and Dallas market was so expensive at that point, it just wasn't feasible.
This was before your first Herp show?
Before the shows.
Before the shows, okay.
Yeah. I was still vending shows, I was breeding, I was going to shows, and I thought that there was a niche in the market there. Where we were at in the DFW area, there wasn't really an exotic shop there. It wasn't anything like there is now. And about that time is when we were vending at an NERBC show, actually. And David Spicer's old manager that owns DFW Reptarium, came up and was handing us flyers that they were opening up a reptile shop. And I was like, well, son of a bitch. So, but I mean, obviously it was meant to be, because we decided to start doing the shows. I started working on the shows in 2014. So moving here to Bryan, we noticed we do shows here, and we noticed a big missing market segment here. And we looked around and did research, and I was like, you know what, why not? Why not try to do something like this, Gives us a home base. We're here. My girls are going to be going to A&M. My wife graduated from A&M.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because when he called me, he said, what would it take for me to to uproot you and move out here because he knew I've been with that company for so long.
Right.
And I said, well, what are we doing? And he said, we're opening up a pet shop. And I said, shh, okay.
It went pretty quick from deciding to do it to an actual pet store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was any of the bigger reptarium, prehistoric pets, was any of that, like, you have aspirations to do something like that?
You know,
or is this more...
I'll tell you what, we went to, I mean, I've known David for a long time, and I've seen him grow the reptarium. And he does it a very specific way, and I took some ideas, but...
Oh, no, I'm talking Barcheck reptarium.
Oh, I've never, I don't want to get that big. I don't want. I want to be a little small mom and pop shop. I want to cater to our customer base. I don't want any of the fame and notoriety and all that bullshit.